Have you? Okay. Well, Charlie, I was.
Sorry.
Okay, let's start again. I was looking forward to talking with you again because we met once before, way back, Red Dawn days. And then after I saw the film, I thought, my heavens, what a fantastic film. Your performance is just extraordinary.
Thank you.
I'm just totally
Thank you.
blown away by the whole experience. But I know that when your father was making Apocalypse Now, your father being Martin
Excuse
Sheen,
me.
that you were in the Philippines, so you had a little idea of what the Philippines was like.
Yeah, I was there for 8 months.
Yes, and I know that was a very difficult picture to make because I read all about the behind the scenes of it. But when you and your father have talked about your two Vietnam pictures, his and yours, what sorts of comparisons could you make?
Well, the only comparisons or parallels I can draw that that both films contain are the fact that there's a voiceover from the central character in both, and that each is told through Captain Willard's eyes and Chris Taylor's eyes. But as far as comparing the films, you really can't, because Apocalypse is up here, Platoon is right here. It's one unit. Apocalypse is one man's vision who wasn't in Vietnam, and it's an overall view. Platoon is kind of a very intimate view of what happened in one platoon.
Hey, what does your father think about this one? Has he expressed an opinion?
Yeah, he was really pleased with my work and with the film, and he's a big fan of Oliver's, of course. And he was very supportive. He had a few nice things to say, and I called him on the phone after he saw it one night, and I said, what'd you think, Dad? Fill me in. And he said it was the best faint I've ever seen on film. When I faint at the beginning, I said, yeah, okay, and it's like, and he's very supportive.
Yes. Were you in it from the beginning, or did you come in after the first five guys left? I know that there was the political upheaval and 5 actors who were going to do it left.
Well, they never got there.
Oh.
They never actually went over. No, I was there from day one.
So you were always going to do this role?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'm sure the thought must have crossed your mind when you were doing it that supposing I, Charlie Sheen, really had been in Vietnam, what would it have done to me? Now, assuming that you did say that to yourself, what sorts of answers did you come up with?
I probably would have taken a 7.62 round right here, which is an AK-47 round, which is what the Vietnamese carried. I don't think I would have survived. I can't picture myself surviving that type of situation. It was too many variables. It was too tough. It was too hot. It was too crazy, And I think we captured a certain amount of that on film without discrediting the men that actually fought it. I can't say I know what it was like because I don't, and I never will. It's selfish of me to even assume that I understand it. But we came as close, capturing fiction based on reality as we could, I think, thanks to Captain Dale Dye, thanks to Oliver, men that were there,
Charlie, are you saying, let me understand this now, are you saying that because it was so horrible, that you would have just kind of made yourself available to be killed?
Not necessarily, but I would have done my best to stay alive, survival of the fittest, so to say. But I just don't think I would have, because it was too crazy. There were too many ways to go. Booby traps, snipers, airstrikes, just anything.
The training that you all had to go through. Was there ever a time during that training and in the worst moments of making the film when you thought, boy, what am I doing here? I wish I weren't here? Oh,
yeah, there was a moment when I almost just cashed in my chips and said goodbye to the whole program. It was just, it became a personal struggle of how far I wanted to go and how far I could be pushed, But then again, I had to stay with it because I had faith in Oliver that this was eventually going to be a memory, and we'd be all sitting back in L.A. talking about it, and it'd be over. But it was tough. It was 115 degrees at 8:30 every morning, and you get crazy. You get this brain boil thing happening, and you just. But you had to keep putting one foot forward and just keep pushing yourself,
Well, now that it is over, you can look back and be proud of yourself that you toughed it out.
Thank you.
Because it's a fabulous performance, and I know that it's giving a new momentum to your career. Surely it will. Charlie, it's good talking with you again.
Thank you. I
Nice
appreciate
to see
that.
you.
Thank you. Good seeing you, Bobbie.
See all of you at the Academy Awards, I'm
Wow.
sure.
All right. I'll probably be presenting.
Cross tape, please.
Oh, cut me as widely as you can, please. As widely as you can. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, when you and your dad compared notes about this film, what were his reactions? I'm sure the thought must have occurred to you when you were making the movie that supposing I, Charlie Sheen, really were in Vietnam having to fight this hellish war, if you had those thoughts, what, I messed up. Okay, let me start over. Charlie, if you actually had to fight the war in Vietnam, what do you think would have happened to you? Now let me get this straight. Do you think that it would have been so tough that you would have just made yourself available to the enemy?
Okay.
Okay, now I must give you some reactions. Okay.
Real quick.
Okay. I must do this one question. I'm sorry, but I must. I just must. Okay. Charlie, was there ever a day during the making of the film when you thought, I just can't go through with this?